One, two, microphone check. Yup. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yes, man. Yes. Oh, tight Kenya, man. Big up. You're live in this with CEO. Yes. Big up Kenya. Big up for being the first one to join us and shout out, man. Big up yourself. Yeah. And trust me, we got an awesome show for you tonight. Trust me. Have you guys seen the title? The Lies in Education. Now don't get me wrong. Education is a daily thing. Every minute, every second, every hour, you should be educated. But still, there's a system that's been there, is there to benefit them as well, you know. So don't mind you going to, hey, listen, school is the best thing ever for foundation purposes. But, there's a big but. Life experience teaches you so much, guys, so much, seriously. And it's time for us to come together and educate each other and let one another know the lies in education, because there are lies. I remember anything they put out there, they want to benefit first. Be the oppressor, not the suppressor. Yeah, man, so if you're locked on, it's the Let's Talk radio and podcast show. Each and every Wednesday and Sunday between the hours of 8 and 9, where we talk about any and anything. The topic changes every week. We're probably going to do it on a monthly basis, depending how things go as far as topics. But this show is one you don't want to miss. Very, very, very important. So big up Kenya right now. Show me your flag. What are you representing? Big up Kenya, man. Hold tight, Shanice. Yeah, man, my Dominican crew representing hard, man. Week in, week out. Big up yourself. Who else is there? Show me, trust me. Doing something a little different for you this week. Representing the United States of America. Big up Kenya, man. Big up yourself. And trust me, we're going to be talking about education, the lies, real estate, making that money, school, college, university, whatever you call it. Primary school, secondary school, high school, lower school, upper school, wherever it's called. I want you guys to get interactive and listen, because it's serious out here, you know. Just waiting for a few more to get live and interactive right now. So once again, the lies in education, trust me, each and every one, look, I know everyone here went to school for sure. I know that. Everyone went to school, some kind of school, whether you stayed in school. Big up. Break down your name for me, please. Good night. I see you. Just break down your name for me. I don't want to be calling people's names wrong. But thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate you. F the snakes. F FAMU. FAMU. Remember, I'm new here, so I don't really know the schools and that in the United States of America. But big up everyone that went to school. Do you know what? What's crazy, right? When you went to school and then you left school, well, during school you learned stuff like algebra, trigonometry, and those kind of stuff you had to do. Am I right or wrong? Just tell me if I'm right or wrong. Did you not have to do certain things in school that you do not have to do today, or you've ever had to do since you left school? Be real with me now. Talk to me. Talk to me for real. Have you went to school and you had to learn this, that, and the other, and you had to pass? Maths is one of the main things that you had to pass to, you know, go on to the next class or even get a, we call it in the UK GCSE, but I think GED. I think that's what it's called in, correct me if I'm wrong, in the USA. You did all this trigonometry, algebra. Come name some of them for me, guys. Name some, name some. Name some of them in school. And then you left school. You maybe went to college. And of course, in college, depending on what you picked, you never saw them subjects again, ever again. Never. No algebra, no trigonometry, like none of them things again. Why is that? Okay, you studied history. Let me tell you something else. Wasn't it ironic that when you got to college, in my experience, I wanted to do business, but I had to study. One of the classes I had to take mandatory was geography or history, like, you know, about World War I, World War II. And it hardly had anything to do with business management. Yet, they told you had to do it. Yo, man. Big up Roy, man. You done know. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to give you a big round of applause. Yeah, man. Big up Roy. Thank you. Big up order. The muffin man them out there. You don't know. Yeah, man. Big up Roy. So look, Roy, you listen, because you're well educated in what you do. You can put it in the chat what exactly you do, but Roy, right there, the muffin man, very well educated, and I know he had to take math. So for him, it would be relevant. But for people like me that wanted to do stuff like business management and stuff, yes, math was very relevant. However, they made me take subjects that had nothing to do with business. Where's the sense in that? Where is the sense in that? And furthermore, when you failed, you had to do it again or pick something else that didn't have anything to do with whatever you wanted to major in. Can you not see a setup in the system for you to fail right there? For real. It don't make sense. I want to study business. Touch me up on math. Touch me up on some business history, business management, and all the stuff related to business. But why do I have to take RE, religious education, and all kind of stuff to get my business degree? Why is it that for certain things, well, when we was in school, primary school, what do you guys call it in America? Elementary? We call it primary school in the UK. Elementary school, high school, lower school. You had to do algebra, trigonometry, and as soon as you left school, you've never seen it. You have not seen it since, because for me, that's the case. I've never had to see it. Isn't that time wasted? And when you get into the real world, my correction, what happens? Let me tell you what happens when you get into the real world. You're going to want to come off your mom or your dad's plan and you want to start your own plan, your cell phone I'm talking about. Mobile phone if you're in the UK, cell phone if you're in the US. You've gone into the store. You've gone to get a cell phone and they say, run your credit. Mind you, you're only 18. Run what credit? Depending on where you was and when you was born, what year, credit didn't mean anything to you. You've run your credit. They've turned around and told you, mind you just left school. You do not have enough credit to get this. Well, we just thought you just walk into the store. I'm 18 now. I need a cell phone. Why was that not taught in school, guys? I'm going to get to that. I don't want to call your name wrong. Just help me pronounce it. You know me, Kana. I don't want to say your name wrong, but you're absolutely right. School should start teaching budgeting, building credit, savings, at least in high school. And I agree with you. 100%. 110%. Oh, it's Lauren. What's happening, mate? How you doing, Lauren? Didn't realize it was ya. How you doing? Yeah, man. So let me get back to it. Do you see the link between the setup? Look, first of all, if they over-educated us, or I shouldn't even say over-educate, because you could never be over-educated, because education is a daily thing. But if they schooled us and they educated us about these things, we'll be too smart for them. They wouldn't have a job. They wouldn't be able to be ahead of us because we would have left them from day one. Does it make sense? So guess what? They can only give you pieces. Pieces and pieces and pieces. Enough for you to get past school and enough for them to make their money to teach you. Because if they taught you credit, as Lauren mentioned, if they taught you about budgeting, from the time you leave school, you would have been almost successful. You wouldn't need to go to school furthermore. And guess what? It's take away their job or their fraudulent, their misinterpretation of education, or they're misleading you to say you have to do this in order to get that. How about this? I know so much people right now that's educated on paper. They went to school. This is so deep. They went to school to get a job, to pay back school. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying education is bad, but you have to really understand the system. Now, of course, if you're going to be a brain surgeon or heart, one of them things, taking blood and all them patients, make sure you go to school, because I would want someone working on me that has that degree, of course. So yes, I agree. But if you've got that business mentality and you got that hustle vibe and you got that hustle in you, foundation is everything. After that, you learn from experiences. Bill Gates, what school? Mark Zuckerman, whatever his name is, college dorm room. Where is he now? It's real out here, guys. You guys need to check the system for real. It's a system to fail you. And we've got enough resources now. If you don't agree, let me know. And if you agree, say what you got to say right now, because we're here to learn. But I can only talk from my experience and other people's experiences. And it hurts me to see a lot of people go to school, they're busting themselves up, stressing themselves out, getting sick, not eating, for the system that's setting them up to fail. Hoping that they fail. At least fail once or twice. Keep them coming back, paying their money. And then guess what? When you get that degree, you're competing with other people with the degree also. Now, don't get me wrong, guys, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not telling you not to go to school and get that degree or get educated. I'm not telling you that. But think about it. Think before you go, yeah, I'm going to school to get that paper. You get your bachelor's degree. They then say, man, you know what? They'll pay you more if you do your master's. And furthermore, a bachelor's degree is like a GED because everyone's got it. People's buying it too. And then when you get, also, what experience do you have, Mr. John Doe or Mrs. Jane Doe? You don't have experience. The person sitting over there with more experience that's got his or her degrees is the one that's going to get picked unless you can really sell yourself in that interview. So I say that to say this, guys. Education, very important. Education is a daily thing. Education is me speaking to you and you speaking to me. Education is you surrounding yourself by the right people and getting the knowledge and understanding in order to do what you have to do. And I'm going to big up my barber right now. Get a mentor. Get yourself a mentor. And a mentor don't have to be someone official. A mentor is simply someone that has you at their best interest. They have knowledge, whether it be TV, whether it be from their elders or just simply from listening to people that spit in the knowledge and they pass it down to you. Listen, my barber don't even know. He was my biggest mentor while I was in the Virgin Islands. And I'm going to big up Bert right now. If you're in St. Thomas Virgin Islands, Bert the barber, he shared so much knowledge with me. And I'm not even going to go deep into it. But listen, Every time I was more happy to go and sit down in the barber chair and listen to what he had to say to me than getting my hair cut. Because every time I sat down in his chair, like he would just humbly tell me, look, D, wherever he's watching on the TV, I might just say, yo, B, I got a question for you. This man will listen to me. He'll change the channel on the TV. YouTube could be your biggest best friend. And he taught me stuff. And then what I respect him so much, because after I said thank you, I got through with this, that, and the other, he told me go and share it with other people. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. So I'm going to take this time out to big up Bert the barber in St. Thomas. I thank you personally. I don't need to go deep into it and say where I am at in life, what I'm doing in terms of my accomplishments, but Bert contributed to it. Among other people, my mom, my aunts, my cousins, everybody that I've been in contact with, I learned something from. Real talk. But I mean, and it's deeper when a guy sits down and speaks to you and shows interest in what you're saying and they listen. It's really deep, because it's easier for us to connect with females and vice versa. But when a guy sits down and takes interest and is happy for you and watches you progress, it's a beautiful feeling. And if you got someone that's a mentor, remember I said the word mentor, it does not mean someone official, someone you pay for, someone that just takes the time out. It could be half an hour, an hour, to educate you and give you good advice. Keep that person around. And once they give you that knowledge, spread it. Because we've been held down too much. Good night, Candice. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for joining us once again. Appreciate you. And look, me knowing what I know, it's only right that I share it. When you go to school, if you got children, ask them. Actually, you don't even need to ask. Look at them. See what they're good at. See where their gifts are, because each and every one of us have gifts. Believe it or not, we all have gifts and we all have qualities that the person over here or over there don't have. And if you can tap into that gift, that quality, that can be their business right there. You know what I mean? Now don't get me like, as I keep mentioning this. Education, school is very important. Go to school, learn what you can, and then after school, figure it out. Don't waste time. Before you go and take that big loan for 100K for school for classes that you might not have any kind of interest in, speak to someone. I know people that's very well educated, I'm going to say on paper, because all of us are educated, whether we know it or not, whether we like it or not, we're all educated. Yeah, so don't compare yourself to someone else, because what you can do, Candice, I can't do. What you can do, Lauren, I can't do. What you can do, Shanice, I can't do. My tax man, what you do, I cannot do. But there's things that I can do that you can't do. And that's your personal gift. So focus on you. I remember when I was young, my granddad used to pull me up. I was probably like 5 or 6. He used to scare me. He's like, "Where you want to be when you're older?" And I'd be like, maybe. After a while, he agreed. He was like, it was cool. I used to say a footballer. He used to call it a footballist. Don't ask me why. When you grow up, you want to be a footballist? Like, footballer, granddad. A footballer. But it used to be, when you grow up, I want you to be a doctor. I want you to be a nurse. I want you to be this, that, and other. Stuff that we've been pressured to be that we don't want to be. You go to school to get a job to pay for school. And the more you earn, the more you pay at your monthly check. While that guy that went to school, got the foundation, went on YouTube, used the internet, and tapped in to all of his resources, whether it be the library, whether it be mentors, very important, whether it be friends inside and outside of the family, whether it be going into networking events, whether it be church. Church is very important. They tapped into somewhere or someone or something where they didn't have to waste their time listening to someone talk about stuff that's irrelevant to them. Because think about it, guys. Let's think about it. Let's create a picture right here. I'm going to use the names here. So we got Kenya, we got Shanice, we got Lauren, and we got myself. We're all in a class. We got Candice. We're in a class together, right? We're all studying business, whatever not. And we've been told we have to take a history class. And for that history class, there's people that actually have interest in history, and there's people that don't. Who's more than likely to pass that class? Of course, the person that's just focused and eagerly wants that business degree, they're going to put in the extra work and the time, which is really wasted time, because they could be focusing on something related to what they want to do, which is business, versus the person that is actually wanting to do history or geography or whatever it is. They're gonna sell through it. That's their interest. In 2023, guys, knowledge is there for us to grasp and for us to, to take on. We can't wait for it. We have to want it. You have to want it, and it's right there. Candice, it's right there for us. I feel that we shouldn't settle. Be careful who you tell your business to, because there's people, you believe in your dream, and once you believe in your dream, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Big up Pastor Hines, man. So it's really nice to see you here. Pastor Hines, I went to John Loughborough School. That's in the UK. It's a 7-day Adventist school. And he's a teacher, somewhat of a mentor. And he was there. And it's so nice to see that he can join the podcast. We're men now. We're men now. Well, he was always a man to me, but I'm a man now. And we can join and talk, and we can learn from each other. So guys, as I was saying before, remember, you have a gift. I have a gift. Pastor Hines has a gift. Candice, we all have gifts. We should be focusing on ourselves while helping others. Don't worry what he, she, or he's got. Don't think you can do what they are doing. The chaplain, Pastor Hines was the chaplain. I didn't even know. Don't think because Marcus is doing something and he's making good money that you should automatically jump on it. If it's not of interest, find out what you like doing. Once it's legit, make sure it's legit. I'm not encouraging nothing that ain't legit. Focus on what it is that you want to do and jump on it. See, we're going to fail, but just fail better the next time. You know what I mean? Every failure is a lesson. So don't take it in no bad light. We can all learn from our mistakes, and that's how we grow, and that's how we educate ourselves. But I've come here to say this. Education, this is a system. There's a system there that isn't for us. It's not 100% for us. There are genuine individuals within the system that are for us. I want to care, but let's be real with each other. When we go to school and we're doing algebra, and then we step out into the real world, when we have to go into stores to get our cell phones and we need credit. We need a loan to get stuff that's really needed. They tell us about credit. What happened to school? That should be the next step. As you leave school, or the last 2 years, they should be telling you about credit. Someone tell me if they're doing that right now. Because by now, this is living proof that it's a setup. Because it would have been taught if it wasn't. All right? They're just making it extra harder because you cannot be better than them in their eyes. You cannot excel past them off the back because they'll be losing. They won't be making that money that their teacher in school, the next step after school, primary school, high school, whatever you want to call it, secondary school, is for you to go to college, and then they teach you a little bit more. Then you go to university and they teach you just a little bit more when they've got all the knowledge in the world that they could have shared with you from day one. And us as parents, guys, we have the resources to teach our children this knowledge that I'm talking to you about. If each one reach one, we'll be so much further in life. And these are basic instructions after leaving school. They're basic. Most of us, or if not all of us, at some point, when we leave our parents, we go and live by ourselves. We end up renting. We end up looking for a job to pay for rent. How about this? Did you know that as parents, we can get a credit card for our child without they even knowing and start establishing credit for them? they're not going to understand, and they don't need to, because 16, 17, 18, 19, they're still somewhat irresponsible. We have some mature, young, older teens, but for the most part, you give a child a credit card, and a class of 18, 17-year-olds still as a child, you give them a credit card to use, they're going to use it. They're going to run it up. But guess what? Smart parents, get your child a credit card. You control, you manage it, and build their credit. And you've automatically given them a head start without them knowing, while you're educating them. There's a story, I didn't even know this. My aunt, man. When I first moved to the Virgin Islands in 2010, I had a job. I think I was working Champs was my job. And it didn't pay much, but, I didn't have much responsibility. Well, when I say I had responsibilities, but I didn't have as much bills. My aunt said to me, and this is just to show you all can do it. Like, I ain't playing around my aunt. Good night, Tonya. Thank you for joining us again. I had to pay rent. And of course, thinking, man, I have to pay rent to my aunt to live in her place and whatever. But it's my aunt. She didn't charge me much as she would have charged others, but I had to pay rent. And that was her grooming me to be a responsible young adult. Yep. She was grooming me to be a young adult. And no matter how I felt about me paying my aunt rent, she saw the bigger picture down the line. A young man, never been in this situation, is something he's going to have to do sooner or later, whether it be paying rent to some other landlord or paying for my mortgage, which I'm doing. It's going to happen. So as soon as she saw the opportunity, she had me pay rent. All my aunt was doing was preparing me to be disciplined for what's coming in the future. When I had finally started my little family and, it was time to move out from my aunt, you know what she did? The most amazing thing. And I was like, wow. She told me, okay, so you've been paying rent for the last 4 or 5 years. You paid it on time, and I'm proud of you. You paid me rent. I didn't charge you much because, I just wanted you to wet your feet. But nephew, I'm proud of you. And you did good. You was never late. And you showed me that you've become a man in that aspect. So I don't want to hear no nonsense about you can't pay your rent when you go out there in the real world, because you did it with me, because I would have, you know where I'm going with it. And then she said, here's a check. And when I opened the check, it was the rent that I paid over the last 3-4 years. That's real. That's real. She just wanted to discipline me. She didn't want to take no money from me. That's all she wanted to do. And this is why we need people, elders. We need our elders back. We need to still speak to our elders, because they have amazing qualities and attributes that the young generation just don't have. And we're losing our elders. They're going where they're supposed to go, but we're not holding on to I'm trying to find the right word. Their morals. Their wisdom, I should say. Our elders have got wisdom, whether we know it or not. Whether we feel like it or not, they are very wise. Take your time. Take time out and speak to your elders, guys. But back to education, man. How many of us are educated? How many of us right here, right now, get interactive, have a degree right now? Because if you do, I know you worked hard. I know, unless you got a serious scholarship, you're paying back for it. How many of you are happy in the job and you're debt-free with? How many of you are debt-free with this degree that you have? Right? And when you look around at Bill Gates, you look around at, get your children into sports as well, man. Get them, while getting them educated, get them into sports. Especially us, we're good at that. But hear this now. You got your degree now, and you need to find a job to pay back the degree that you basically bought a degree without even realizing it, because that same knowledge and understanding you can get right there online. Guys, don't be scared of being an entrepreneur. Do not be scared of it. Do not be scared. Sorry, I just got error message on the live. Guys, let me know if you're still with me. Let me see something right here. Okay, guys, so it's saying that basically, you guys seeing me, you hearing me? I'm guessing you are, but I think it's not moving smooth. But if you're hearing me, that's all that counts. Lauren has trades. Explain to me about your trades and how is it going today? Ragamuffin, happy, yes, debt free. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, happy, yes, debt free, no. There you go. Happy, yes. And happiness is key. Remember that happiness is key. It's not about what I say, it's about yourself at the end of the day. Okay, thank you, Pastor Hines. Appreciate you. Remember, guys, it's about you. Just taking what you need to take in from me, but at the end of the day, it's about you. Because at the end of the day, when you go home, when you come off this podcast show, I'm going to be doing my thing, you're going to be doing yours. So it's all about you guys. I'm just here because I just feel that we need to come together as people and share the knowledge and understanding about this word education and school. It needs to be told. And again, I'm going to read Ragamuffin. He says happy, yes. Debt free, no. You know what I mean, guys? Don't be scared to step out and try. Keep trying. And trust me, every time you try, you're going to get better. I heard a saying once, say, if you fail today, fail better tomorrow. Nothing wrong with that. Once you get back up and you go again, there's nothing wrong with it. The system is there for them. We're not primary when it comes to the system, the schooling system. We're not primary. We are secondary. They give us pieces. Somewhat like slavery, to be fair. They're under our control. And guess what? When you get this job that you work so hard for in school, and I don't want to be sounding negative, but I'm being real. I can't be real. I'm not trying to be a role model here. I'm trying to be a real model here. When you get this job, and you know, they say for the first 6 months, you're on probation. Okay, can you guys hear me? Some are saying that they've lost me. I'm hearing you and can see the live. I see someone said they've lost me. So let me know if you're still here with me, guys. Let me know if you're still with me, guys. Let me know if you're still with me. From my understanding and what I'm seeing, I'm not sure. There's an error on my end, but I'm not sure if you guys are seeing or hearing me on your end. Let me know before I move forward. I don't want to... Okay, they can hear me and see me clearly. Thank you, Lauren, for clarifying that. So before I read some comments, guys, I'm going to go into what I was saying, if I can remember now. Okay, so yeah. You get a job that you've been wanting, and there's rules with jobs. There's rules. Like with everything in life, there are rules. All right? So let's say the first 6 months, they say you're under probation. You're under a probation period, which means you can't take no days off. You can't call out sick. Of course, we shouldn't be late, but, less leeway if you're late. And you're under their control. Usually when you're the new guy at the job, you're the one that's been handed and passed on all the hard work, and you've been treated a little bit different unless you're, someone you might, But for the first 6 months, it's basically they're trying you out and they're testing you. Have you ever been on a job and something important that you needed to do? Maybe it's a family event, a funeral or something. And they've told you don't have the time. You have the time, but they can't give you the time. That's what it is. Now, guess what? Being an entrepreneur and running your own show, which each and every one of you can do, no one can't tell you nothing. Only you can tell yourself whatever it is you want to tell yourself, because you are your own boss. And it is a beautiful feeling, ladies and gentlemen, when you're in control. It's a beautiful feeling, because at the end of the day, for me, guys, My peace and my happiness is what means the most to me, of course, God. But peace and happiness, once you got peace and happiness, man, it's a beautiful feeling. I remember I applied for a job. I'm not going to call out the name of where I applied for, but it was a good position to the eye. When I say to the eye, from the outside looking in, everyone's like, oh my gosh, you got offered the manager position at such and such bank. Wow. So I got offered a job. It came in right in. Dear Mr. Philip, we would like to welcome you as part of the blah, blah, blah team, earning X amount. Your start date will be in 2 weeks. Report to XYZ on such and such date. No problem. I'm excited. I'm like, boy, I did it, man. I was thinking about getting a haircut, wearing a suit and tie. I'm going to be the manager of this branch at the bank at what? How old was I? In my 30s, early 30s, but I felt that was a big accomplishment. And it was more the look, you know, you felt good, you know what I mean? A young black guy, a branch manager. And guess what, guys? Hear this and hear me clear. Let me lower this down, man. Hear me out clear, please. I was supposed to start in 2 weeks. A few days later, I got a call that my grandfather wasn't doing too good. He played a big role in my life. And of course, ain't no man telling me once I got the strength and the power that I can't go to my granddad's funeral. No man. None. I don't care. You can't tell me. And me being the person that I am and having empathy and compassion for everyone, that's me. People say you're soft, but I just got love for everyone. You know what I mean? I just got love for everyone. It is what it is. And I can't hide that. It is what it is. I mean, sometimes you think people are you or people treat you like how you would treat them, but that's not always the case. I mean, I was happily sent them an email and I called them saying, hey, my granddad's not doing too well and I have to go to the UK. They said, well, we need you. Like, my family need me. They goes, well, if you don't report to work on such and such day, it might be a possibility that you won't have a job. Some might say, whoa, that's a tough decision to make. But for me, that wasn't, because I got faith, trust me and believe. I'm not the best of examples when it comes to my beliefs and my religion and how I've been raised, which is Seventh-day Adventist, but best believe I have faith and I do have belief. And that's one thing everyone knows when it comes to me. I have faith. So when they told me that, you know, let me know if you're still with me, because it's saying that it's buffing or something like that. You guys with me still? I'm gonna have to sort this out. I'm getting an error over here, but let me know if you're still with me. Okay, so it's just saying you're experiencing buffering. So back to what I was saying. I have faith, guys. And I mean, for the most part, I can be looked at as defiant, which I'm not. I just stand up for what I believe in. And I believe in what I stand up for. So where most people would be, you know, thinking, oh my gosh, I can't miss out on this opportunity or whatever. No, I was thinking, hey, if they don't have the empathy or compassion to say, yo, granddad's on his last legs, go and take 2 weeks. We're going to push back your start date for another 2 weeks. I don't need to be working for this company. I don't. Nah. I'm just a replacement. If they can tell me that I'm just a replacement, it's okay. Let me replace myself. And then I messaged them back. I sent them an email. I said, well, thank you for the opportunity, but you know, my family need me more, and I'm not going to be held back or be put in a situation where I have to choose out my family and the job. So thank you. I appreciate it, but it's okay. Thanks. And I went to England. Thank God I went there. Actually got to see my granddad. Wait, then he passed away the next day. But I was happy that I went. I was really happy that I went. And then I got a call the next day for another job. Another job, guys. And the next day, the very next day, they called me. Actually, it was both of them that had called me. I had accepted the one. I didn't accept the other one, but the other one called me back and said, hey, we're calling and following up. Would you like to accept? I was like, I would. They're like, well, we need you to start next week. I said, I can't. I'm in England. My granddad just passed away. And I was like, oh, no, we're so sorry to hear that, Mr. Philip. You go ahead and take care of your family. Take as much time as you need. We're going to keep you your space here for the next 6 weeks, guys. 6 weeks, man. And that's what I'm talking about when I say faith. 6 weeks. You know what I mean? So I was thankful. I was very grateful for that. And I took the job. It was conflicting with my religion. Thank you for joining us. So blessed. Appreciate you being here. It conflicted. I had some conflictions there where, my religion being Seventh Day, even though, like I said, I'm not the best example, but God knows where my faith is and my beliefs. And I refused to work on Saturdays. I refused. There was a requirement to work on the Sabbath by them. And we had a bunch of about 6 or 7 days that were working there. And a lot of them were working, man. And they was like, Deshane, you're going to get fired. I'm like, well, if I get fired, I get fired. Mind you, the director was a 7-day. And when I go to church, he was the guy preaching. I'm being straight. I can't hide it. This is real. This is the truth. Imagine a person telling you, make sure you keep the Sabbath, be in church every Saturday, and they're sending you a letter to say it's your warning that you didn't attend work on the Sabbath. It's crazy. And you see me right there in front of church. It was just funny to me. It was funny. And my staff, one of my co-workers, I should say, were like, wow, you calling out every weekend and you ain't got fired? I was doing this for a couple years, And it got to the point where I said, you know what? I ain't a stupid guy. No, I don't have a master's degree. I don't have no bachelor's degree, but I have a brain. I have a business mentality. I can sell an ice to an Eskimo. I've got qualities. I've got manners. I've been raised the right way. And I have a gift that no one else has because I'm me and I'm unique. And there can only be one me. Whether it's good or bad, it's just me. And I decided to send in my resignation and venture out into the business world. Scariest thing ever. Scariest thing ever, taking that first step into the business world. But I did it. And I said, I ain't going to work a Saturday. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it. That was my, what do I call it? My promise, I should say, to God. I'm not going to work on a Sabbath based on my belief. I'm not doing it. And listen, it was the best thing I ever did, man. I mean, like I said, I'm not perfect, far from it. But when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And you guys, you can do it too, man. Seriously. You all got gifts. You all got talents. Just tap into it. Speak to someone. Get a mentor. And a mentor don't have to be someone official that you're paying money to. Someone that's going to speak positivity to you. Someone's going to tell you, you can do it. Someone can tell you, here's the resources. Go look up this. It is a saying that says, when the student is ready to learn, the teacher will appear. It's true. You don't have to be in a class. On your spare time, you've got cell phones, you've got connectivity. Go on YouTube, whatever it is you're trying to learn and do. Listen, when you start doing stuff for yourself, peace of mind, and is everything, guys. Real talk. It's beautiful. You guys with me still? Candice, Pastor Hines, Shanice, Ragamuffin, Lauren, are you guys still with me? Let me know and tell me what you think, or am I making sense to you? Or what's your experience? Do we have any entrepreneurs that's listening right now? Share your experience. We're here to learn from one another. We're here to teach each other. There's no right, there's no wrong. It's just life experience and learning. And if you just joined, it's the Let's Talk Radio and Podcast Show each and every Wednesday and Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 9 p.m. Atlantic Time. Where we come together, we learn, we speak realness. There's no, with respect. You know what I mean? I don't think we're going to have a show on Wednesday. We won't be having a show Wednesday. So guys, but we'll be back, God's willing, on Sunday. But we won't be having a show on Wednesday. But if you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and subscribe. The Let's Talk Radio and Podcast Show on YouTube. Same thing on TikTok, Let's Talk Radio and Podcast. Same thing on Instagram and Facebook. Subscribe so we can, learn from each other, talk about each other's experiences, man. You never know who might need to hear what it is that you have to say, because everybody's point is very valid. It's very valid. Very, 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 very valid, guys. So, yeah. I mean, it's never too late, but for the most part, we have children. Let's start educating our kids. Let's teach them about credit scores. Let's teach them about banking. Let's teach them about investing their money. When you put your money in the bank in a CD, it's all good for the discipline, but your return is terrible. The return on your CDs is terrible, and I'm not telling you not to do it, because yes, you will get a return and you will be disciplined and your money will be there. But again, if you have a talent or a gift and you can use that money to make more money, do it. Just be disciplined to put it back with interest to yourself, if that makes sense. So yes, I'm going to read a comment from Lauren, and she said, I've decided to leave college and go to the trade school where I became an IT tech. I got my CompTIA A+, which allowed for me to get tech jobs. I have no school debts. Awesome. 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 Listen, guys, trade is awesome. If you can get a skill or something, no one can take that away from you. You can take that around the world. You can work on your own time. Get a skill and look at the world that we're living in today. IT, information technology. IT is everything. It's taking over, guys. It's taking over. IT is taking over. So, guys, a trade is awesome. Just like Lauren said, debt-free, and she's got a skill in IT. Plumbing. Listen, at the end of the day, it's not about how you look or whatever. We're all here at the end of the day when it comes to business or working to make money. So once you're making that money, you can wear a suit or you can be wearing the dirtiest of clothes, doing painting, dumping trash. Don't worry about the appearance. Worry about what you're doing with the skill and what it's bringing in. And once it's supporting you, that's all that counts. I mean, it's all good looking, smart and sharp, haircut, suited. Yeah, it's a good look, but at the end of the day, you're there to make that money. And as Roy said in the comments, parents need to start parenting 100%. Some of us have got our kids as friends. Some of us are scared, and again, it's the system right there to set you up. Back in the day, you would get a lash from your grandmother, your mother, the neighbor. They would have clapped you around your head when you're doing nonsense. They would have clapped you, but now kids are threatening their parents. I'm going to call the police. I even saw someone said he's... Roy says he thinks the main issue with the whole educational structure is not so much the subject matter, but more so the cost. I hear you, Roy. Advanced education shouldn't cost as much as it should. It shouldn't, because there's places in Europe that don't charge you. But hear this now, Roy. And again, it depends on what you're trying to do. Could some subjects that they say you need to go school for, could some of it not be done on your own time using the resources that's available to you, such as, business? It's good again to get the foundation, but business management, how to manage a business, you can definitely learn it online or from someone else and start your own business. You don't need a degree for that. You really don't. You really don't. And this is the problem as well, guys. I know I'm just buffering all over the place. The streaming's horrible right now. It's really horrible. But guys, this is another thing. It's hard for parents to parent when they're not together. It can be hard. You guys need to put your differences aside and think of the child. That's if you're single parenting or you're not together. Put your differences aside and be parents. That's all. That's all. There's no way parents shouldn't be speaking with one another about the best interest of their child. There's no way. Whoever's doing that, I'm going to be straight, you're an immature, selfish parent. And there's a saying, not all parents deserve to be parents. I'm being straight with you guys. You know what I mean? Don't block mommy from doing her part or daddy from doing their part. Mommy and daddy supposed to come together and they're supposed to talk about their child for the best interest of their child. But 2023, they're fighting, they're not talking, they're blocked. And I mean, sometimes it's for the best, but we got to do better, guys. We got to do better because it's their future. We can. Yep, advanced education shouldn't be as much, but how about us educating each other on an advanced level? We can do it, guys. Unless you're talking about getting that paper to say you've done it. And it depends on what you're doing or what you want to be. But be smart with it, man. I'm not telling you not to do what you want to do, but be smart with it. You got to go with what's going. For real. All right. When you say most parents don't have the discipline to self-educate, it's harder than it looks. How is that? When you say to self-educate, the way I see it, right? Adults have got access to TikTok, Instagram, and best believe they spend a lot of time with it. I see it doing stuff that children's doing. How is it hard not to self? You have to want it at the end of the day. You have to want it at the end of the day. No one can't make you do it. No one can force you to do it. No one can tell you to do it. You will have to want it at the end of the day. That's what it is. So when it comes to you saying that most don't have the discipline, you're right, it's discipline. The discipline needs to be disciplined. That's all it is. And it can be done. But you have to want it. No one's going to do it for you. You have to want it. And we need to not make excuses. If you want it, then go get it. It's there. Facts. Facts, man. We need to sometimes take ourselves out of the equation and think about the child that is the person that is affecting. And that usually it's the child when two parents can't talk or get along. It's usually the child that ends up hurt. And, before you tell the child one thing and tell them don't listen to your mom or don't listen to your dad, she's talking nonsense. That should never be. The parents should be on the same page before dealing with the child. It's just childish, man. Guys, grow up. Straight up. Grow up. I see it too much. Parents disagreeing with each other and falling out because of past issues. Grow up, man. The child comes first. Okay? So once again, if you just locked on, it's the Let's Talk Radio and podcast show right here on YouTube. Please tell a friend to tell a friend about us and, what we do and what we're here for. Each and every Wednesday and Sunday at the hour of 8 p.m. Eastern. That's 9 p.m. Atlantic. Please share, like, comment, subscribe so we can get this channel out there and grow, man. We're here. And also, I'll be inviting guests. If you feel you would love to come on the show, you have a topic that you would like to speak about, please just let me know in the comment box. I'll be more than happy to address the topic and hopefully we can speak about in one of the shows coming up. And yeah, we're here to learn from each other, guys. We're here. There's no wrong, there's no right, and we're going to respect each other, and everybody's point is very valid. All right, so thank you each and every one of you that joined tonight. Lauren, our new guest. Candice, thank you for Candice, you've been very active in terms of sharing, and I really appreciate you. So bless you too. Shanice, thank you very much for sharing. Roy, thank you for joining second time. Appreciate you. Tonya, thank you again. It's nice to see, you guys supporting. It means that something's going right while you've come back, and we appreciate you. So thank you again. And we won't be about this Wednesday, but God's willing, we'll be back on next Sunday, so a week from now. Also, guys, please look out for the video that should be uploaded today or tomorrow. It's a really nice and interesting topic that just have to listen to it. You have to go in and check it out, man. Look out for it. Turn your notifications on, guys. Turn them on. I've got some behind the scenes contents that you guys haven't seen before that I'll be uploading. So please turn on your notifications, subscribe, share it with your friends so we can build this channel, man, so we can do great stuff together. I'm just about reaching the hour mark, and I hope you guys have been inspired in some way or another. Be sure to take that step. Be sure to get a mentor. And once you're learning, help someone else to learn. Don't keep it to yourself, because we need to do better. We can do better, because once upon a time we were ruling. We were doing our thing. You know what I'm talking about. And we can do it again. All right. So I'm going to leave the comment box open. If you guys have a topic that you would love to be or like to be discussed, please go ahead. Leave it in the comment box. We can do that. Let your friends, family know. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back hopefully next Sunday. So if today is the 10th, the 17th, we'll be back right here, 8 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Atlantic time. And again, if you want to join the show, if you want to be a part, if you want to go live, just let me know. Welcome you. We can set something up. You come down to the studio and we can discuss a topic and learn from each other, guys. All right. So I'm going to be signing out. Have a blessed night. Peace. Stay blessed. Stay strong. Stay positive. Remember, you guys are special and you mean something to someone. Remember, your happiness is everything. Your peace is everything. God first, and the rest will come after, okay? Stay blessed. Look after the kids out there. They're coming up, man. All right. Peace.